Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Smile Road. I'm Sir M, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Smile Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real-life problems in general mathematics, and learn how these subjects connect to the world around us, from floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let's walk the road of knowledge with a smile. Our topic for today is about understanding Pag-asa I heat maps, protecting Filipinos from heat-related illnesses. This is Quarter 4, Earth and Space Science, Lesson 9. The intended learning outcomes. At the end of this lesson, the learners will be able to interpret heat index data, accurately read and interpret the color-coded categories on the Pag-asa iHeat map, and understand what they represent in terms of heat stress. Assess personal risk. Relate the heat index value to specific heat risks and identify which activities or condition increase their vulnerability to heat-related illnesses. Apply proactive safety measures. Formulate and implement effective strategies to protect themselves and others from the dangers of extreme heat based on the iHeat MAP's warnings. The Pag-asa iHeat, the heat index. MAPs are a crucial public health tool that provides Filipinos with real-time, science-based information to help them make informed and potentially life-saving decisions. How to read and the map and assess risks. The iHeat maps uses a simple color-coded system to communicate different levels of heat-related risks. Each color corresponds to a specific range of heat index values and associated heat health effects. By integrating ambient air temperature with relative humidity. The map displays the apparent temperature, or what the heat actually feels like to the human body. This is a much more accurate measure of heat-related risk than temperature alone. Yellow, 27 to 32 degrees centigrade. Caution. In this range, fatigue is possible with prolonged exposure to the sun and extended physical activity. While not immediately life-threatening, this level is a warning to take initial precautions. Yellow to orange, 33 to 41 degrees centigrade. Extreme caution. Heat cramps and heat exhaustion are possible. Continuing strenuous activity at this level can lead to heat stroke, especially for vulnerable populations like the elderly, children, and people with pre-existing health conditions. Red to orange, 42 to 51 degrees centigrade. Danger. Heat cramps and heat exhaustion are likely, and heat stroke is a serious possibility with continued exposure and or physical activity. This is a critical warning to minimize outdoors. Red, greater than or equal to 52 degrees centigrade. Extreme danger. Heat stroke is imminent and highly likely with continued exposure. At this level, it is not recommended to be outdoors at all unless absolutely necessary. Proactive measures for protection. The eye heat map provides the knowledge. Taking proactive measures is the crucial next step. By understanding the risk levels, Filipinos can implement targeted prevention strategies to protect themselves. Stay hydrated. This is the most fundamental measure. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Avoid sugary, caffeinated, or alcoholic beverages as this can contribute to dehydration. Limit outdoor activities. Based on the map's warning level, adjust your schedule. During extreme caution and danger levels, it's best to limit or reschedule strenuous outdoor activities to the cooler parts of the day, early morning, or late afternoon. When the map shows extreme danger, outdoor activities should be avoided entirely. Wear appropriate clothing. Wear lightweight, light-colored, and loose-fitting clothing to help your body regulate its temperature more effectively. Using hats and umbrellas can also provide crucial shade and protection from direct sunlight. Know the symptoms. Being able to recognize the signs of heat-related illnesses is essential. Symptoms of heat exhaustion include heavy sweating, cold, clammy skin, and a fast, weak pulse. Heat stroke is a medical emergency with symptoms like a high body temperature, hot, red skin, and a rapid, strong pulse, sometimes accompanied by unconsciousness. By making this information accessible to the public, the iHeat Mob empowers individuals, schools, and workplaces to make informed decisions and take the necessary steps to prevent heat-related health emergencies. The second intended learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to define the concept of heat index and explain how it differs from air temperature. Interpret Pag-asa iHeat maps to understand heat levels in the different regions of the Philippines. Identify the potential health risks associated with varying heat index levels. Explain how Pag-asa's iHeat maps provide timely information for public awareness and safety. Recommend proactive measures individuals, families, and communities can take to protect themselves from heat-related illnesses based on iHeat data. Assess the importance of scientific monitoring and communication in reducing risks from extreme heat. Understanding heat index. The heat index, often called feels like temperature, is a measure of how hot it feels to the human body when relative humidity is factored in with the actual air temperature. For example, if the air temperature is 34 degrees but the humidity is very high, the body cannot cool itself effectively through sweating, making it feels like 40 to 45 degrees. This concept is crucial in tropical countries like the Philippines, where both temperature and humidity are generally high. We'll have the next part of this lesson, quarter 4, Earth and Space Science Lesson 9.